What's up guys, it's your boy Trav and welcome to my channel. Now in this video, I'm gonna share with you a complete Facebook ads tutorial for 2021. And guys, I've been doing Facebook now for over 8 years. I spent millions and millions upon millions in Facebook advertising. So I wanna show you in this video how to get set up, right? And I'm gonna show you a little bit about how you can scale your ads as well. So if you're new to this channel, go ahead and tap the like button and subscribe to this channel because I want to be sharing everything when it comes to Facebook advertising. So you do not want to miss out. Okay guys, let's get right into this content. Okay, so we're here at my computer screen, and what I did is I created a timeline, right? A list of items that we're going to be going through on this Facebook ads tutorial for 2021, right? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to open a business manager. We're going to go ahead and set up the ad accounts, do the pages, payment methods, pixel, go over different campaign types. Then we're going to launch the ads. I'm going to go over the columns so you can understand the reporting a bit more. We're going to do some testing and optimizing, and I'm going to show you as well how to start scaling your ads. So the first things first, guys, is opening your business manager. So what you want to do is go ahead and go to business.facebook.com, right? And the next thing you want to do is want to go ahead and click either log in, right, or create an account. So if you're not logged into your current Facebook profile, go ahead and log in here. Or if you are already, all you have to do is go ahead and click create account, right? And then of course, yeah, it will take you to the login screen again. So you just go ahead and log in, and then go ahead and create an account. Now, once you have an account creative, it will take you to this next page, which is here, which is the business settings. So now you should land on this page, which is the business settings. If you're not on this page, just go to the lower left hand corner and click business settings, and then it will take you here. So this part is like the control center for Facebook ads. Everything that you need will be on this page. So this is the main page that you always want to be on when you're running your Facebook ads, right? No matter what you're doing, right? Okay, so let me just go over a few key things that you need to do in your business settings. So the first things first, guys, you just want to go ahead and make sure that you add another person as an admin to the business settings. The reason why you want to do this is because you never know. You might get locked out of your main profile or something crazy might happen, right? So it's always good to have an admin backup on your business manager. So make sure you do that. Add somebody as an admin as a backup, right? Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to scroll down all the way to the bottom here where it says business info, right? And just fill out the information that is on here, right? So you want to go ahead and fill out your business details, your legal name of business, your address, all that good stuff here, right? And the reason why you want to do this is because you want to get verified with Facebook, right? So it says business verification status, unverified. So we want to make sure that you get verified so that Facebook sees you as a serious business, as not and not somebody that's just playing around. So they give you more leadway, right? And they'll actually reach out to you and contact you if you need any help, doing any of these pieces. So like I said, it just makes you as a serious business owner in their eyes. So you won't get shut down or anything of that, right? So that's a good thing to do. You want to make sure you get verified. So to get verified, just fill out all information and click where it says view details. And in here, you want to do a few things, right? You want to turn on a two-factor authentication, right? That's a really good way to protect your account as well from hacks or anything like that. And also, like I said, add another admin here as well. And you want to start the business verification process. Now, on some cases, this might not be available. It might be grayed out. So there's a workaround in order to do this. You want to go ahead and go to where it says apps, right? And you want to connect an app. Okay, so how do you create an app? You actually want to go to developers.facebook.com and just go ahead and create an app real quick. You can do a test app like I did right here. And once you have that test app, just copy the ID and just go ahead and add the app in here. So that's like a little shortcut so that you can get verified. And then once that happens, right, then you should see the part where it says start verification. So you just click on that and fill out all your business information again. Once you do that, you submit it, and then in a few days, they should get back to you with the status of your verification. Now, the next thing you want to do is want to go ahead and do fix the payments, right? So you go to payments, and add your credit card in here. Now the reason why I do it here and not the ad accounts is because now you can easily add the same credit card without re-inputting it into several ad accounts. Because the cool thing with a business manager, it allows you to have several ad accounts that you're able to test your ads on. So you can add your credit card to this one as well as the other ones that you open up. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and create an ad account in the business manager settings, right? So it's pretty easy. All you got to do is go to the left-hand side column where it says accounts, click here, and then click add accounts, and then it will bring you where it says add accounts. Next thing you want to do is go ahead and click add, and then you want to click where it says create ad account. Now here is not letting me create an ad account because I have not verified this business manager and I have not ran ads on this brand new business manager that I just created. But for you, it should show up the option to create at least one ad account. So once you create an ad account, now you run your ads on it. And once you get billed the first time, now it should unlock you to open up more ad accounts in the business manager settings. And like I said, guys, having several ad accounts is really beneficial for testing and scaling your campaigns. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is create a Facebook page so that we can market on. So what you want to do is go to accounts, click pages, and then from here you'll see the option to create your page, right? So click add and then click create new page, and it'll give you the option to create the page. And just go ahead and pick a category and create a page based on it. So if you're a brand or product, you'll click here and then put the page name, the category, and click create page, and that's it. It will create the page for you. So guys, one thing I want to mention as well is you want to make sure and add yourself to the assets that you're creating. So for the page, just click add people, and then you're going to go ahead and add yourself and the people that are also working on that page. And also you go ahead and click the page control that they have, whether they're an admin or they're just publishing content, they're monitoring messages, they're creating ads, viewing performance, or they are looking at their earning insights. Okay, so the next thing we're going to discuss is creating your Facebook pixel, right? So we're going to go down to where it says data sources, click pixels, then we're going to go to where it says add. We're going to name our pixel, click continue, and it will create the pixel for us. Next thing you'll see is the pixel here. And if you don't know what a Facebook pixel is, what the Facebook pixel does is we're going to put a special code, right, on our website, and that's going to help Facebook track the conversions that are happening when we're running our Facebook ads. Okay, so once we're at the data sources page, we want to go where it says add events and click from new website. Then we're going to go ahead and install our code. We can either do it manually or we can use a partner integration. So if we use a partner integration, we'll click here, and then it will show up all the partner integrations that are available on each platform. So whatever platform you're using, see if it works here. If not, we will have to go ahead and use the manual integration. So that's pretty easy too. All you gotta do is click install code manually. We're gonna go ahead and click copy code, right? Then we're gonna go to our website. For example, I'm using Kartra to build my pages. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and look for a section where it says tracking codes. So in this case, is right here. It says embed Facebook ad tracking code. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that and paste it in here. Click apply, and that's it. It's added. Okay, so the next thing we want to go ahead and set up is our events. So events, essentially what it is every time somebody clicks on a link or lands on your page or does some kind of action on your website, it's going to go ahead and record that event within the Facebook pixel. Now this is a new pixel, so it's not going to show you that many events. So let me show you a pixel that I already have running. So on this example right here, you see that it has the page views, view content, add to cart, initiate checkout, purchase, add payment info, and search. So those are all the events that this pixel tracked when people actually went to the website. So this is all the events that were tracked using this pixel. But in this case, we're gonna go ahead and set up a brand new event. So it's pretty easy. Go where it says add events, right? And then you're gonna go ahead and pick from a new website. Or if you already have events already set up here, Okay, so we're gonna click where it says add events. And the next thing you wanna do is go ahead and pick it from the pixel. So click here, and then it's gonna show up your event setup tool. Now there's two options. You can set up the events manually, which you click here and you do it that way, where you just add a code to your website, or the easy way, where you just do open setup event tool. So click on that, and we're gonna put in our website URL here. So let me go ahead and grab this website URL. I'm gonna put it in here, click open website. And then now it's going to be presented with the Facebook event setup tool, right? So here, what we're going to do is we're actually going to click track URL, and then we're going to select an event we want it to track. So in this case, we want it to record when somebody actually views this website. So that'll be a view content. Where it says include value and currency, we don't need that here, so we're not going to include value. And then we're going to click confirm. Now the system is going to recognize that every time somebody visits this website link, they're going to get tracked for view content. So that's very valuable information. Now what we can do is do this for every page that the customer lands on. So in this example, once the person that's visiting this website downloads my guide, they will get presented with a thank you page. Now on that thank you page, I will go ahead and add in the event of lead, right? Track lead. Now we go back here, click disconnect, and that's it. Now you're tracking events on the actual website. Okay, so now once we have, our ad account created, our page created, we went ahead and put in our payment method, right? We installed our pixel. Now it's time to actually launch our first ad. So we want to go back to where it says ad accounts, and we're going to open up in the ads manager. Then you'll be presented with this page. Now here, we're going to start creating a new ad with this platform. So what we're going to do is go ahead and click create. And what we have here is our campaign objective. Now we can choose between awareness campaigns, consideration, and conversion campaigns. Now awareness campaign is just for building brand awareness and for reaching new people that'll be interested in your brand. It's not really designed for you to generate leads or sales. Same thing with the consideration campaign. Where we're driving traffic to a web page, but not really concerned if we are actually converting or not. Engagement is to create engagement on your posts. So if you're trying to get comments or feedback about something, then engagement is a really good campaign strategy. App installs, is exactly what it is. If you're promoting an app and you want more people to install, right? Video views is if you want to get a lot of views on your video, right? And this could be used well in an ad funnel to where we get people to view our video and then we retarget them to our actual offer later. And I'll go over that, in other videos that I'll do on this channel. Lead generation, that is if you want to generate leads on the actual Facebook platform. So this allows people to run a business without a website. Same thing with messages. If you're doing, a campaign to where, hey, I don't want to do a website, I just want people to contact me directly, or if the leads that I'm generating, I just want to get their phone number or their information and contact them myself, then you can do that as well. But the campaigns that we're going to focus on today, the ones that I always use personally, are conversion campaigns, right? So we're going to go ahead and click conversion, and from here, we're going to name our campaign, which I'm going to just name it test for now. And then I'm just going to put in some information that I usually put in, like the countries that I'm targeting, right? So my top 4 countries, and I'll go over that more a bit later. And I'm going to be doing interest, because we're going to assume that we have, this is a fresh campaign. We have no data on the pixel. Everything is brand new, right? Now the ad set, we're going to go ahead and just put interest here, and then I'll change that later to interest that we're going to go ahead and target. And same with the ad. Usually we do video ads, so I'm going to put video. Next, we're going to go ahead and click continue, and it'll go ahead and formulate the campaign for you. Now, the first category is where you're going to go ahead and adjust your campaign settings, right? So, you have your campaign name here. You have campaign details, which is the auction. So just leave it alone. You can click more options, but is, this is stuff like the campaign spending limit where you want to put like a cap on what you're spending, right? You can do that as well. Your A/B testing, so you want to split test campaigns, and your campaign budget optimization. So by default, this usually comes off, and we're gonna focus on ad set level budget optimization instead of campaign budget optimization. There are two forms that we can run ads on Facebook. They give us two options. I do use CBO campaigns, but I do them in the later stages of my scaling efforts. But like I said, today we're gonna focus on ad set budget optimization, which is also known as ABO, right? So next we're gonna do is go to where it says the next column, which is the ad set level. Now, on this level is where we're going to actually set up our targeting, right? So here, the first category that you're going to see is we're going to see conversions, right? And you want to go ahead and click that for website, and then we're going to go ahead and select our pixel and then our event, right? So we're actually going to go with, we can choose between view content, on this case, view content, initiate checkout, a lead, start trial. Let's assume that we're generating leads, right? We're generating leads. So I'm gonna go ahead and click that. And then next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do my budget. Usually when I'm generating leads, or if I'm doing sales, I'll start at $5, right? Just keep things real simple. And then you can go ahead and select your start date, right? I usually it's like doing the next day at midnight, but honestly, guys, it doesn't matter. You can start at any time. I just like being a little bit organized, so I go ahead and do it like that. Now here's where you're actually gonna start doing your custom audiences, and we're gonna do this a bit later because right now we have no data on the pixel, so we're not really able to create custom audiences yet, right? So we're gonna skip that for now. Location, we're gonna go ahead and pick our top 4 countries. So I'll go ahead and put it in here, which is United States, Canada. This is how I do it. If you're just selling to a certain country, then of course target to that country. But for me personally, I will go with the top 4 because in this case, what I'm offering is something that is great for these 4 markets, right? And that is a free ebook, right? We're gonna go ahead and promote that. That's gonna be our example today. And our age, I want to target people, for this offer particularly. I usually go like 25 plus just to see, what age group I'm resonating with the most, right? But if you know your age demographic, then obviously, put that in. Genders, we're going to do all genders, right? And then here, we're going to do our actual targeting. So for this offer. This offer is, a free guide on how to run your Facebook ads, right? Matter of fact, you can get this if you click the link in my description. I'll go ahead and send you a guide on how I do this. But let's say we're running ads for this, right? So I'm targeting people that are probably interested in Facebook advertising. Boom. There's over 270 people that are interested in this, right? So when you put in your interest, you'll look here to see your audience definition. So this is very important, engaging if your audience, is the right size. Usually I like going with audiences 10 million and plus, right? Unless they're a lookalike. If it's a lookalike, I can run with like a 2 million audience. But I usually like casting a wide net, right? This is good for me. 270 million people is a really good audience for me because now I can let Facebook go ahead and find people in that audience, right, that will resonate with my offer and start building my pixel data. Because, guys, the most important part of this in Facebook advertising is the pixel. Having data on the pixel is going to let Facebook know who is right for your offer, right? So that's very important that we build that pixel over time. So we're just doing interest campaigns just to build that pixel, right? So where it says detailed targeting expansion, you can click that on or off. I mean, I've gotten similar results with both, right, options, right? So when I click that off, it actually gives me a reach of only 1,900 people. So, if I click that on, it might be good. But also what I could do too as well is I can look at the suggestions and see what the other suggestions that Facebook is giving me that I should target. So a good one that I know is good is Facebook page admins, right? And I'll take this one off just to see what the audience size is on this without the detail targeting expansion on. So it's saying 45 million people. That's good. So for me, this lets me know that this is a better audience because this is just Facebook page admins, right? People that are managing pages. They're most likely managing ad accounts as well, right? So another audience that I know is good for this will be Facebook payment users. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is just go through all the interests to see which is the one that is right for you. So this one's only saying 200 minutes, so it's not that much. So maybe I want to go with a Facebook page admin because there's a higher chance for me that they're running right advertising on this platform, right? That's just me on this. This is what I'm seeing, from the actual data, right? So once that's set up, now we're gonna go to where, languages. We can go ahead and put our language just to make sure, for our offer is super targeted. Usually I leave it off. Usually when I'm running like an e-commerce campaign, I'll leave it off because it doesn't matter really, because the pages translate themselves. But since I'm running like an ebook in this case as an example, then I definitely want to get English readers, right? And next thing I want to do is go ahead where it says placements, and then I can choose between automatic placements or manual placements. What I do is I leave it on automatic placements because, guys, what I like to do is I like to give Facebook, what they need in order to determine which is the best audience, and I let them decide which is the best platform for me to run my offer. Now, if you know your offer converts better, let's say on Instagram than it does on Facebook, then I will definitely go into manual placements and just select Instagram. Uncheck the rest and select Instagram. Or if you know, hey, my offer is really good on just Facebook, then do that as well, right? But then you have a different options that Facebook lets you advertise. Of course, Facebook itself, Instagram, the Messenger, which could be, like the Facebook Messenger app, as well as WhatsApp. I believe they use WhatsApp as well to market, and audience network where you're going to see banners on partner sites, right? So those are the options that you have with Facebook. But like I said, I leave it on automatic. So I let Facebook decide, especially if it's a new offer. A new offer that I'm just running, then I'll leave it on automatic. Automation and delivery is the next option. I'll just leave that alone. That's for the later stages of scaling that I use that, right? So once that's set up, I'm pretty much good to go. I got everything that I need, make sure everything is right. Okay, so once we're setting up our interest in the ad set name, now we want to go to the actual ad. And we click here, which is the third level. Okay, so let's just go through this real quick. So here where it says identity is the Facebook page that you're going to be marketing your ad on, as well as your Instagram account. If you don't have a Instagram account connected, go ahead and click connect account so that you can go ahead and link that account to your Facebook page. It's really easy to do. Next is the ad setup. This is where you're actually going to create your ad, right? You can also use an existing post or use a Creative Hub mockup. I always just go ahead and do create an ad unless it's a post that you already have created on your fan page, right? So we're just gonna do create ad for now. Now you're gonna decide between you want to do single image or video, carousel or collection. In this case, we're gonna do single image. But in carousel, what that does is just gives you an option to add two or more images in here. So if you're ever like on Facebook or Instagram and you see those posts that have multiple pictures in it, that's pretty much what this allows you to do as well. So this is also a really good way to market your business through carousel ads because it's very interactive. But in this case, we're going to do single image or video. As well as you can do collection, if you're not sent to a website. But like I said, better to just do single image or video. That's the default ad format that we go with all the time. And next is the add a creative. Now here, this is where you upload either your video or your image. And in this case, we're using an image because we're promoting this guide, right? Now here we're gonna put in, the primary text, the headline, and the description. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. So for in this case, I'm just gonna go ahead and create a primary text that's gonna show up right above this actual image. So in this case, I'm gonna put in, um, "Are you running Facebook ads?" Then check out this free guide. Something like that, right? Something to call the attention of the reader, because if you're running Facebook ads, then obviously you're gonna stop and read that, right? So that's a good thing to use. So next, I'm gonna take the link that I'm gonna promote, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here in the description, and then here in the headline is where this is gonna show up right here where it says headline. It says everything right here the way it's gonna look, right? So on this one, I'm gonna put it free, right? And then I'm gonna do a call to action where it says description, because I want them to actually click on the button right here, right? So it says click, learn more, right? And that's how it shows up. And you can actually add, different headlines if you want to split test different options, right? That's another good way to see which headlines are going to work out best. I definitely recommend to do that. But in this case, we're just gonna keep it really simple, right? But yeah, you can go ahead and do different split tests to see which primary text, which headline, and which description works the best, right? And then next we have the destination. So that same link that we pasted in there, we're gonna paste it here, because that's gonna allow the person that is seeing the ad, when they click learn more, then that's gonna go to this link right here, which most of the time people do. And then here where it says display link, this is optional. You can leave that blank. What this does is it changes the way the link looks in the description, right? And then your call to action, you can do learn more, or you could, pick between, all of these different options. Whether if you're a store and you want to do shop now, you can do that. Or if you want people to subscribe or sign up, for this case, I actually will use sign up, right? Just so people can go ahead and just sign up for that free guide. And then the languages, this is where you can actually translate the languages of the text. For me, I'm marketing in only English, so there's no need for me to translate it. And then here is going to tell you the track information. So it says, my pixels connected, and as well as, the offline events that we're not going to be using. But that's pretty much it. And if I go here to the right, and put view more variations, it's going to show me how the ads look on every platform that is going to market on. So it shows me Facebook feeds, it's their articles, in-stream videos, right column, video feeds, marketplace, stories. I mean, everything. So you can get an understanding of how everything is going to look, right? It says delivered off network reward video. Okay, this is a different thing here, but yeah, yeah. So yeah, everything looks good. Everything looks good to me. And then that's it. Once that's set up, I'll hit publish. And one thing I do is when I hit publish, I let the first ad get approved. And then once this ad is approved, then I'll go into my interest and then I'll duplicate into 4 more ad sets, right? So I do this only when the ad is approved. Because for some reason, if it doesn't get approved, you don't want to get too many disapprovals on your ad account. So then here, I'll just add in more interest, right? And just see what the similar interest is that I put in on the first one, right? So it gives me a chance to test out, different interests here and see which is the winning one. So I'll just change this out, put this on here, take that interest out, right? And then I'll take this wording right here and then I'll rename it. Yeah, and that's it. Then I'll just do it to the rest of the other interests. And then I'll actually go back into the ad set, right? Go in here and just make sure that the ads are set up correctly as well. Make sure everything is right. Once that first ad is published, I generally like going to the other duplicate ads and using an existing post, right? And I'll just look for the ad that I just recently published, and I'll use that instead. Since that one's already approved, so it won't go through the entire review process it did the first time. You know, the ads will get approved a lot faster when you're duplicating it out. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and set up our columns. So our columns are essentially these right here. Like each one of this categories right here is a column. Now these columns are very important because they're gonna let us know which ad sets, right? Which campaigns are performing the best. You know, this is where we get all of our data, right? So simple. By default, Facebook gives you the performance column, right? Which is, you know, typical data that you need to determine if, you know, your campaign is running good or not. But I like doing custom columns because there is some key metrics that I like to follow personally. So we're gonna go ahead and click customize columns. Now, the way you set up your columns, it really depends on what your campaign objective is. In most cases, you're either running a lead generation campaign or you're running a purchase conversion campaign. Those are two main campaigns that we run here at Enlight. So I'm just gonna go over real quick, you know, how to set up these columns. So what I do here is I go on the right side where it says 16 columns selected, and I'm gonna go ahead and just delete all of these. So the first column we're gonna need is, you know, it comes by default as the ad set name, which is something you can't, you know, delete or change. But one of the things that we want to see is, first of all, the budget, right? We want to see how much budget is allocated there, as well as the amount spent, right? The next one I need is clicks. So specifically, link clicks. You know, you have clicks that are all that will track all clicks, but we want to go ahead and do link clicks, right? And the next thing we want to do is CPC, which is cost per link click. So how much we're paying for actual clicks, right? And in this example, let's say we're doing, you know, a purchase campaign. So I also want to see, you know, the add to carts, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and select total and cost. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna uncheck all of these right here because this is information that I do not need. And the next thing I want to see is the purchases, total and cost. And the same thing here. I'm gonna go ahead and uncheck here, right? And the next thing I want to see is the ROAS, which means return on ad spend. So I'm gonna go ahead and click total, come back here, uncheck this, right? And then, you know, if we're running a lead generation campaign, you want to see leads, right? So you can do total and do the same thing, right? And this will let us know how many leads actually went through our funnel, right? So the next thing I want to measure is CPM, which is cost per impression, right? And this is letting me know how much we're paying per thousand impression. This is a good gauge to see what the cost of your audience is. You know, what's your cost to market to 1,000 people. In most cases nowadays, you're gonna see around like a $10 CPM, right? Even recently, I've been seeing really low CPMs, you know, between like a $3, $4 range. But all depends on the niche that you're actually going after. So this number will actually fluctuate, right? So next I want to see is date created and date last edited. Because I just want to look at the campaign and say, hey, when's the last time I actually made a change, right? And also, when did I start running this campaign? Now, another category or column, I should say, that you should run is link click through rate. This is a good column to know because this is going to let you know how many people are actually clicking through on your link. You know, the people that actually see your ad, right? So it'll give you a percentage. You know, um, anything above 5% is obviously really good. If you're around 1 to 2%, probably not the best. You know, you might want to go ahead and readjust your ad. But also, guys, one thing I want to go ahead and explain to you as well is there's times where I've seen, low click-through rate or even high cost per thousand impressions, but my cost per purchase is still exactly where I want it. And my return on ad spend is where I want it. So really, just to make stuff easy on you guys, the key metrics that I focus on are link clicks, CPC, add to carts, and the most important is cost per purchase, what I'm actually paying per sale, and the ROAS. Those are these two right here, cost per purchase and ROAS and purchases. These are the three most important because these are letting me know just at a glance if my ads are working or not. Yeah, in the beginning stages, link clicks are very important. It's important to get under dollar clicks, depending on the niche you are. But ultimately, if your goal is to get purchases, and same thing with leads, but what are you actually paying, per leads? And we can actually go to where we select the leads and actually click the cost so we can actually see what we're paying per lead, right? So, like I said, just to go ahead and review purchases, how many purchases you're getting, and what's your cost per purchase, and how many leads you're generating, and what's your cost per lead. Those are the most important metrics for me personally, because that lets me know if a campaign is winning or not. So yeah, so once I have all my columns selected and everything is the way I want it, I'll go to where it says save as preset, and now I'm gonna put in, just a custom name, Travis column, right? Hit apply, and then it's gonna shift around all of that information. Now, if you move on to where it says testing and optimizing, I'm going to go ahead and show you a test campaign that I'm running right now, live and in person, right? So I'm running this jewelry store for a client of mine's, and we're doing a small test. We started out at 5 ad sets right here. I'm going to highlight the ones we started out at. I'm going to go ahead and highlight the ones that we started on. I'm going to go ahead and highlight the ones that we started off with, which is these 5 right here. And this customer actually has a customer list. And this client actually has a customer list. So we went ahead and went straight for the lookalike phase. And so far, it's so good. As you see here, we're here on a lifetime here. And we tested out 5 ad sets, and then we determined that this ad set was the winning ad set because it made sales, and it made sales at a low cost. And you see our ROAS is 1.9. So our break even for this particular store is around 1.5. So what I did here is I determined, at first I ran these, 5 ads, right? I turned these off because, the clicks were too high. It was $1.72. It wasn't getting any add to carts, even after I spent, over more than $5, right? And this one, it got add to carts. It spent almost 10, but it didn't make any sales. So for me, that was, a loser. So this ad set in particular, the one that I'm gonna highlight right now, this one got really good clicks, under dollar clicks, 35 clicks. It got really good add to carts, 327 per add to cart, and good purchases. 2 purchases at 1306. So what I did is I went ahead and duped out this ad set into a new ad set for $20. Now, generally, I wouldn't do this anymore. This is the style that I would do in the past. It still works, but this was all on the budget. We were just running about $25 a day. If this is my store, this is my business and it's my budget, then I would run at least $100. So after I got done with this ad set and I saw this is the winning ad set, what I'll do is I'll just go to duplicate, and then I'll do a new campaign, and then I'll just call it LL 8% through 10 because that's what the audience is. Winner, and then I'll turn this into a CBO, right? $100. This is how I usually do it. But like I said, it all depends on your budget. You can actually do this no lower than $30. That's what Facebook recommends. My Facebook rep recommends that do not go lower than $30 on a CBO campaign, right? Because that gives Facebook enough room to determine if this is going to be winning campaign within the next day or so. You know, so I like to put it in a new campaign, right? So I just go ahead and do duplicate. I'm gonna let it go ahead and load. And then now we're here at where we set up the audience. So we're actually going to go back to the campaign itself, where we set up the campaign. So I just went and clicked here, and it brought me to this page. So I'm going to go down to the bottom, and I'm going to look for where it says campaign budget optimization. I'm going to go ahead and click on. Then I'm going to put my budget. And like I said, guys, it all depends on your numbers. This is what I do. I'm a little bit more aggressive when I'm running ads. When it's my budget, but when it's a client budget, of course, I stay within the means and I go ahead and do exactly what they want me to do, right? So I have that. So let me go ahead and go into this campaign actually, right? You can do it two ways. You can either leave this and let it run with just one ad set, but the better thing to do that I seen I got better results was to dupe this out into 4 different ad sets. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to spread the $100 between all of these 5 ad sets, and you're going to see within the next 1 to 3 days which is the winning ad set, meaning which is the ad set that got the metrics you're looking for, whether if it's purchases at a certain cost or leads at a certain cost. You turn off the rest, and then you just leave it alone. You just continue monitoring it and make sure that it's performing well over the next 7 days. So that is how I scale my ads, right, using this method. So just a light scaling method. And guys, what I do as well is, I wouldn't just stop at just running these winning ad sets, right? I'll actually go ahead and run, more lookalike audiences, more interest, until I have a base of at least 5 to 10 CBOs running at, anywhere between $30 to $100, right, each. And that will give me a good base to take my ads to the next level. So there you have it. That's how you set up your Facebook ads in 2021. I hope you guys gained a ton of value from this training. If you did, make sure you go ahead and comment below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button with the notifications bells on, because whenever I drop a new video, you'll be notified first. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.